Hey garden friends, I'm Nikki from Proven Winners Direct. Happy Monday. It's time for 7 more beautiful plant of the day plants. We have annuals, perennials, and shrubs for you this week. I'm super excited about all of our choices and I think that you will be too. We make it super easy for you to shop for the plants. Right down below in our description we have a link to each one, and while you're down there, if you wouldn't mind giving us a like and subscribe, we will love you forever. We are in the gardens. It is still very beautiful. As you can see, everything is still performing well. We're getting into fall and it will still be this beautiful in a month. Proven Winners is the way to go for longevity. So anyways, let's get to the pretties. Our first plant of the day, drum roll please, Supertunia vista bubblegum. This has been a top seller, bestseller, most awards won annual in the catalog for years and years and years. And this is why. As you can tell, it is just thriving. It's almost mid-September, you guys. It's in full sun. There's nothing around to provide it any shade. And this guy just goes and goes and goes and goes. It can trail up to 3 feet. Great in containers and obviously in the landscape. Beautiful filler and spiller. The magnificent pink color. I really don't think there's a different pink that can beat that. The true bubblegum pink. Everyone loves it. It's won nearly 300 awards. That's how you know you will be successful with Supertunia vista bubblegum. Literally anybody can grow it. It can be grown in part to full sun. It's a heavy feeder, so make sure that you water well and that you're feeding at least once a week with water-soluble fertilizer, and it will continue to just blow your mind. It will still look this good next month. October, mid-October, I always come out to the gardens and take photos. This will still be booming and beaming, and we'll be sure to post it on social media to prove that I'm right. Supertunia vista bubblegum. Next up is Superbells blackcurrant punch, and that is this beauty right here beside me. I love all of the Superbell punches. I love that deep dark center. This is an amazing bright fuchsia, which would be super cute. I can see it like as a Halloween container with your purples and your pinks and your oranges and your blacks, and I don't know. It reminds me of like all of the Halloween decorations that you see with the witch's feet and all of that cute stuff. But Superbells are super easy to grow in containers. We do not recommend them in the landscape. They do not like wet feet, so the ground tends to obviously stay a bit more moist than what you would find in a container. It's a great filler and spiller. It can trail up to 2 feet. Superbells are heavy feeders as well. Lots of water-soluble fertilizer at least once a week. And if you're still planting annuals, still be feeding them. We don't need to feed our perennials and our shrubs right now, but annuals still need that. And many of you can grow annuals for much longer than we can here in Michigan, but my annuals I'm still feeding, and they love it. Superbells blackcurrant punch. Next up we have the Lemony lace elderberry, and I love the texture of this shrub. There is no leaf that is the same. And as it grows, it's going to continue to push out this amazing foliage. It's got this gorgeous goldish green color that will stand out in any landscape. It's super easy to grow, very low maintenance. It grows 4 to 7 feet tall and wide, but if you don't want it to get that big, you can prune it as you like. There's really not a whole lot you can do to mess up these guys. It is hardy in zones 4 through 7. In the spring, it starts off as these showy white clusters of blooms, and then as the foliage starts, it's that bright, beautiful gold, and it's almost got like a red edging to it. So it's gonna last, it's gonna have those beautiful colors all season long. These guys are hardy in zones 4 through 7, and they're very deer resistant. So it's a good shrub. You can plant it just about anywhere. It loves the sun, and you can prune it however you like it. Lemony lace elderberry. Next up we have the Miss Molly butterfly bush. These guys smell so good. I love them. Right, this one's obviously been trimmed back. All of the Miss Mollies have, and according to our trimming schedule, and we do that on purpose. We do that because it promotes better branching of the plants. So when these ship, they are going to be on the smaller side, but it's okay. This is exactly how you want them right now. So the difference with Miss Molly is that it's got a nice rounded habit, which is kind of not very normal for most buddleias. It's not invasive. It only gets to like 4 to 5 feet tall and wide. So you really can tuck it in just about anywhere and still get to enjoy those amazing fragrant blooms, and the bees and the butterflies will love it just as much as you do. Another fun fact about the Miss Molly is that it's the closest to a red bloom out of any buddleia there is. It's obviously not that true, bright, rich red, but it's the closest. Miss Molly is hardy in zones 5 through 9, planted in a full sun location, and it's deer resistant. Miss Molly buddleia. Next up, we have the Rise Up Emberays Rose. Isn't that bloom color magnificent? This is new for 2024. Kind of like a climber. It gets to be about 3 to 5 feet tall and about 2 to 3 feet wide. So definitely more height than width. But it's got this magnificent sunset orange and yellow bloom that I love so much. You can see it from the road. As the blooms age, it turns to more of a pale pink, and they fold up like a traditional rose does. So they have a lovely fragrance. All Proven Winners roses are very, very, very disease resistant, so you don't have to worry about that. There's very little pruning, very little maintenance that you have to do with Proven Winners roses. So you can't beat this amazing, spectacular bloom color with an easy rose to grow and care for. It's a no-brainer. Rise Up is hardy in zones 5 through 8. You want to plant it in a full sun location, but you really can't go wrong with this one. It's easy to care for and so beautiful. Rise Up Emberays. Next up, we have the Let's Dance Lovable. This is a new hydrangea this year. It is very well known for its beauty and its dependability, hence being called lovable, because we all love it. These blooms are magnificent, as you can tell. I was so happy to find one that still had a beautiful bloom on there for you guys. But you can grow these as pink, purple, or blue, obviously dependent upon your soil pH. Most of the time they're going to ship as pink, just so that you know. Most of them have been trimmed back. You know, they are well on their way, getting ready to go dormant for the winter. This is a very easy to grow macrophylla. It blooms on new and old wood. So it's going to be covered in these amazingly gorgeous blooms. It's hardy in zones 5 through 9. Plant it in a place that has part to full sun. If you're in a colder climate, you could probably give it, you know, closer to the full sun range. But if you're in a warmer climate, I would make sure that you're protecting it from the afternoon sun. They only grow to be about 3 to 4 feet tall and wide, so you can really stick them in just about anywhere. Let's Dance Lovable. Our final plant of the day is the Shadowland Hudson Bay hosta. This is a Proven Winners hosta of the year, and for a very good reason. It is what I would consider a very showy hosta. It has very wide blue margins and this apple green jetting and this creamy white center. So lots of different colors happening throughout the plant. And it's actually quite large in terms of a hosta. It can grow up to 3 feet tall and 6 feet wide. So if you have a nice shaded spot that you aren't sure what to do with, Hudson Bay hosta. These are actually considered a premium hosta. And the reason they're considered that is because they grow so well in so many different zones. So Hudson Bay is hardy in zones 3 through 9. So most of you guys can enjoy this lovely perennial. And as the summer progresses, you'll see those beautiful blooms that pop up like all hostas, and the hummingbirds will just come to it in droves. Hudson Bay hosta. There you have it, 7 more beautiful plants at a great discount. I hope that you learned something new today or just found something new that you love for your garden. As always, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Happy planting.